Good evening,
Evening.
afternoon,
No,
and good
good
morning.
evening in Germany.
Yes,
It's early morning
we
here.
are the panelists from New Gambia platform. We are here to discuss some of the burning issues in the Gambia, and we are a platform that talks about ideas and concerns and a way forward for Gambia to make our country better. The New Gambia platform started 2018, and we have our Facebook page up. You can check us online. We also had the WhatsApp group where we discuss ideas and concerns. That way, we can sensitize our people to make decisions politically and socially. We are a very interactive group. We have a lot of, folks from all walks of life. We also are now introducing this system whereby we can interact via video conferencing so that we can reach our audience and also sensitize them about their civic rights and responsibility. We are non-political. We are not supporting any political group. We are individuals who analyze the political situation and social situation and make conscious decision and sensitize our people to make conscious decision. So I'm hereby introducing our first, this is our debut video talk show. So I'm gonna introduce my guest. My name is Momodu Sawane, and my guests are Sam Sitting. Sam Sitting, if you can wave.
Yeah, this is something.
Sam Sitting. Which state are you, Sam Sitting?
Yeah, I'm in Mississippi State, around Memphis. I'm in South Haven. Yeah, it's very close to Memphis, Tennessee.
In the
That's
US. Yeah, okay. Very good, Sam Sitting. Thank you for coming to the show. And we have Alas. Alas, can you wave?
That's good.
Very good. And Alas, which country are you and state?
I'm here in Germany, near Hanover,
Very good.
in Hildesheim.
Very good. All right. So guys, thank you so much. So today our discussion, we're gonna start with 3 years Jodna versus 5 years Jodna or Gambia for peaceful Gambia, peace building. As you know, President Barrow, when he came to office, he came under a coalition agreement. The agreement was he's gonna come for 3 years, apply the reforms that the country needs, and after the 3 years, he's gonna resign, and then elections to be conducted. So that way, every party should have a playing field to compete for presidential election. So this was signed, and once the victory was achieved, the second part of the MOU that need to be signed to show how the coalition will operate, and the coalition will have its own headquarters, and it also will have, parliamentarians under the independent candidacy under the coalition, so that they can control or dictate what the president's steps will be in making decision. They can be the president can be in consultation with the parliamentarians and the other stakeholders, so that our system can change once and for all. But as you know, once President Barrow, the victory was achieved, there were divisions, and people come with all kind of things. Some people are saying, "Who are we to tell the president what to do?" And others are saying that it is not constitutional for the 3 years. So this created a cloud. And now President Barrow has taken opportunity with this chaos and tried to say that he was going to stick with the Constitution and forget about the gentleman agreement. So our country is in a state whereby it's only President Barrow and the Gambian people can decide our fate. So we have different faction. One faction is 3 years governor, planning to come out December and make their voice heard and make sure they force Barrow to resign. The other groups are cooking. I'm pretty sure it has to do with the supporters of President Barrow to counter the 3 years Jotna. So you have the 5 years flat and then the Gambia peace building as well. So I will allow my panelists to give their conscious, thoughts about this and what is the solution and what is it that our citizens could learn. So that way, we as with our civic responsibility and our civic right, we can make those conscious decisions as to how the country will move forward. So I will allow Sam Sirin to come in for a few minutes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Sane. Thank you for having me. And I'm saying a greetings to anybody that's viewing this video and co-panelist. I'm saying hi to him. Okay, Mr. Sane, my take on this 3 years journey is if I were President Barrow, I think I would step down after the 3 years. But if you look at the thing, it has some contradiction, with the Constitution. So I think at this point, what we need our Justice Department or our Justice Ministry to talk to us and tell us if what Barrow did is against the law of the country. Maybe Barrow didn't do anything. He's relying on the constitutions. So the country being divided on this topic, I don't think it makes sense. If one party is saying that we have to go by the 3 years, another one is saying that we have to go by the constitutions, it's just going to be a fight. It's not going to help us. Either the Justice Ministry come and clear this thing, or if we have to do a referendum, because we don't have to go into war for these things. 3 years and 5 years, there is no more difference. So, and I don't know the reason why Barrow didn't want to come down after 3 years. I mean, he should be a gentleman, and I agree with what they signed on the MOU, and just step down after the 3 years. Either the job is done or not. And nobody's gonna blame him if he doesn't accomplish everything that you want to do within the 3 years. You see what I'm saying? So that's my take on this. Either we do a referendum and see if we have to go for 3 years or 5 years, or the people that know about the law tell the Gambian people what Barrow did. If it is against the law, if we have done something wrong, they can tell us so that we know how to handle this. That's my take on it, Mr. Sawari.
Okay, thank you so much, Sam Sirin, for that insight. So now we'll take a few minutes, and then after I'll post some questions to you guys about your thoughts, before we move to the next topic. So I have Alas.
Yeah, thank you very much for inviting me. I took the time to come as far as Gambia is concerned. Anyway, that's a very sensitive topic about this 3 years job now, 5 years job now. I mean, for me, what I'm advising the Gambian people is we should always be careful with influence from outside. I just said that some time ago. There are certain things happening in many countries. It's going to be destabilized on everything, and the people who are doing that, they are doing that by remote control. So it's the high time that Africans start to think and open their eyes. We should not be a marionette of any other powers outside. This thing is happening and happening very often in Africa, where Africans are used to fight or destabilize their country for nothing, and nothing will come out. It's only the profit of somebody sitting somewhere. So that is one point. So the second point is, as you said, there was a coalition, there was an agreement, right? And Gambian people were also supporting this idea and everything. So when Barrow himself believed that it's 3 years, and he said it, I have a lot of videos from him saying that, because that was his concept. We have to be real to us. You know, that's why I'm free. I'm happy that I'm free from any party. I don't look right or left, but just straightforward. I know that some people don't want to hear it because they are in party X or party Epsilon, you know, but I go straight. You know, even Barrow himself used to say in any interview, he's no politician, he's going to leave here, and so forth and so forth. So we should not ask why is Barrow not dropping, but why did Barrow change his mind? And that one we should not discuss much because it's going to be too political again. But you know what I'm saying? Barrow didn't know anything to do. Somebody told him to do something. So when Barrow say, okay, I'm going to do that, and in the meantime, Barrow is very clever. Barrow is a big politician now. Barrow is dealing with presidents up there. So he knows now very, very much. You should not underrate Barrow now. Even I myself not, because I know the people he's dealing with. He's dealing only with presidents who are how many years experience. He talked with them. So they are going to make him clever every day. We should not forget that. Oh, the fact that Barrow keeps his mind in this position, even the coalition, they see that as betrayal because it's not what they agreed. But as he changed his mind, that is 5 years, the whole time nobody's contra that. You understand? Everybody says, okay, it's constitutional 5 years. Many people who were supporting that are coming today telling me or telling people, no, it's not 5 years, it should be 3. So it's a confusion. Whom are we going to hear now? That's why I don't discuss even right now because we're discussing, many will say 3 today. You have to be careful. Next week they tell you 5 because they are sitting on their interest again. You know, so that one we also have to be careful because people are no more fools. If you are supporting a party or a friend or I don't know, a relative, it's your own personal thing, but don't confuse the system. You understand? And these are the problems we have in Gambia. Either I support a party, not because of my political views or I don't know, but because that person is an uncle from me, that person is a friend from me, you know. We have to be real to ourselves. That's what I always say. If you see why I keep myself neutral, not from any party. That's why I'm free to say what I want. If I had it been that I was in a party, then I'm not going to talk like this because I'm going to take care before I tell something what you are going to be angry of me or something like that. That's it. So discussing certain issues, we have to be neutral, take the thing in our eyes, don't look left and right. If we want to reach the right goal, that's how we have to handle it. But our political system, we need to change the mentality. Does it mean that because I have a bigger drum, you people have to vote for me? You know, these are all mistakes we do. We mix everything. So at the end, we stand there and don't know how to go. So that is one point. Oh, these 3 years journey, I'm hearing about their campaign or something like that. But the question is, when they go there and say, Barrow, you have to drop. So for me, when we all talking about constitution and law, do you think that has anything with our constitution? No. Apart from demonstrating, yes. But they cannot force Barrow to come down. What our constitution said is ballot box. Am I right? Ballot box. But the agreement, the fact that the agreement Barrow made with the coalition is normal because most of the coalition people are even behind him. So even if it comes to decision, they'll decide Barrow to, even if it's not from Barrow, but the majority are with him. So they'll say, okay, let him continue to 5 years. And this 5 years is already in many heads in the Gambia, you know, because we were told 5 years. So people wanted to go to court for it. So people say, okay, then 5 years. So why coming today again? Because you don't reach your goal and try to tell the people again, you know, because Gambian people are fools. No, it's not 5, it should be 3 because I need something, you know. So these are things we should not fool ourselves. People are very clever now, you know. I mean, for me, I have no party. So that is the one point. So the next thing is when people go and say, okay, Barrow, you have to drop today. So when Barrow say, okay, people, you said I'm going to do it. So then the discussion starts. Who is going to be the next president? And I can ask. There is no plan that when even Barrow drops, this person is going to be a president. Because then it starts again, just after the coalition. And everybody wants to follow his interest again, then we'll have no president. And even if they ask, normally, according to law, when they ask Barrow to drop down, according to the constitution or law, Dr. Issa Tuture is going to be the president, whether people like it or not. You understand what I mean? So that means the people who are demonstrating, wishing that for another person, is not going to be, because this vice president is going to be there. You understand? That means we can only change the man, but nothing more, with all demonstrations and everything. So the next thing is, the country is very, very fragile. We have to be careful with a lot of demonstration. Too many demonstration lead to civil war in a lot of African countries. And people see what came out of it. You know, the people who started it are not living, they lost their lives. Even if it is to enjoy, they are not there. You understand? People will suffer. The education lacks everything. The economy will drop down to start again from there, because there is a lot of. So these are things we see every day. So just because of 3 years or 5 years, do we want to risk our lives with such nonsense? When I say just because some people are following their own interest, I am going to say, be careful. We have a law to live in peace, so we have to follow the law. Whether it's a personal interest or not, we have to be careful.
All right.
But, yeah, I think it's okay because of time.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Alas, for that insight. So we are, because of interest of time, we're trying to make our discussion a little short. Now, you guys have touched a very interesting point. I would finalize by giving my own thought about the situation. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and just analyze some of the things that Sam said, and one of the things I'm saying you refer to is like to do a referendum. That means Gambian people should come together and do kind of consultation with the populace, and then decide if those continue for 5 years or 3 years. I mean, stop at 3 years. But do you think, from your sense of what you're seeing through social media and what you're hearing on the ground, which one is more favorable? Is it for 5 years or for 2 years?
I think if we want to go for 3 years, it's probably late by now, because like Allah says, if we want to bring Barrow down now, who's going to be the president?
Nobody else
wants to bring Barrow down and having an acting president. We don't want that. We need to know the reason why we bring Barrow is we want to take that big dictator out.
So you say that technically, what Alice is saying, because of the shortage in time, we cannot make the 3 years will not be feasible, for the fact that replacing somebody like the vice president would be the same thing.
Yes, yeah. Like he said, it will be the same system, and I don't think we have a time. The time is not our side to organize the election. You know what I mean? If Barrow agreed to the 3 years, by now we were preparing for election, or campaign is going on and all that stuff. You see what I'm saying?
So in other words, you're saying that the 3 years Jotna folks should kind of give up their.
Yes.
No, I mean, sorry. When I just nobody says that they have to give up, because what they say is they are going to demonstrate, and demonstration is law. But you have
no, but alas, they're not only gonna demonstrate; they're gonna force Barrow to step down.
But that is not possible. You cannot do that in Gambia, because we are living under.
Well, that's that. When people say something, you have to hold them, accountable for that. You just cannot say they cannot do that. What about?
No, they do it, but it's unlawful. When they do it, they get counter because they break the law. Then they're not supposed to say anything. Like you go and say 3 years down, you start throwing the police stone, or so they fire you, lose life. So who is responsible?
That's what I'm saying. So in a situation like that, what are you and I? What obligation do we have to make sure that that doesn't happen?
Yeah, because people have to be informed that we are having a law, we are having a constitution, and every politician should also take this responsibility, tell his people that we are having constitution and law, we have, that's why we live, that's why, and it's very important, that's why we are living in peace. We should not play with it.
Okay.
You
So
understand?
now, that's very important. So now let's go back to Sam. Sam,
Yes.
the question that I was saying to you is that you said
Mhm.
that, like referendum. Now, are you changing your mind that we shouldn't even have a referendum because of the base of the fact that we're not prepared to do election now?
If like I was saying, if we are going to fight over this, I think we should do a referendum. That's gonna be peace between us. That's gonna break the trees, because it seems like the 3 years journey thing. If it is gonna be a peaceful demonstration, is that right to demonstrate?
Yeah.
They can walk from Westwood to Banjul
But
peacefully without
even
doing.
though, sorry, even though with permit, no, with permit.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, they have to
But,
go by the law. They have to go by the law. What I'm saying is, they are constitutional right to demonstrate.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying? To
permit.
protest. They can do that. But if they're gonna do that and cause violence, that's my concern. Because remember, it's 2 parts. And let's not take this thing granted. Let's not take it jokingly or lightly. It can be anything. Because the word itself, 3 years Jodna, we all know what Jodna means. You cannot pass Jodna. You see what I'm saying? So I don't want this thing to get into folks' head. And what you say, Mr. Sawane, is very important. We need to sensitize our people. We need to tell them how the law works. Nobody should take the law in your hand. It shouldn't be a forceful way or anything. We can talk about anything. This is our Gambia. It's a small Gambia. If we fight over Gambia, who's gonna grab what? That small country. That's why I'm saying, if this is gonna cause problems, it's better for us to have a referendum. And whoever wins, we go by that. We respect the law.
Sorry, Samsudin, not even referendum, because maybe that's also going to cost us again a lot of money, and we don't have money. We have to be careful with money. But to say these 2 years, I would just say, as far as they said it before, 5 years, we wait for the election because that's our right, and that's what we have, and that is just 2 years now. After the 3 years, then Gambians can look and say, okay, this man did well the 5 years, or he didn't do well, and it's your right to go and vote. That's why we have election. But I cannot just come because I'm having problems and say, no, something you have to drop today. Hey, where are we living? Where are we living when we talk about democracy? And that's why I say it's a big responsibility, even for our politicians, to inform their people what is the law and where we are living, and not to follow their interests and close their mouth. And the folk is just going blindly and doing anything. We are having constitution, we are having law, and that's why we live in peace. We are having election. We can wait and give and say, okay, 5 years and election. Then you can vote your party, you can vote your man, and everything goes peacefully. And we still maintain this culture.
Right. So now it looks like this is our responsibility to sensitize our people on both sides, because the 5 years journal, 5 years flag seems to be a counter to 3 years journal, and probably was sponsored by the influence of President Barrow's folks. Okay. Now, the Gambia for Peace building also is another group. I've seen them on Facebook talking about making sure that President Barrow served the 5 years. The question is, the whole purpose of the reform or the coalition was to do reform so everybody has a playing field and all the parties can compete. So no one person has advantage. So that promise has been undermined. The fact that Barrow is saying it's the gentleman agreement. And remember, even in our culture or our religion, agreement is morally important. So I agree with you that President Barrow can't be forced. But we have to keep in mind that he is morally obligated. He's morally obligated because he stood in front of everyone. The videos are there. Said that he's a businessman and he's gonna come and stay for only 3 years and he's gonna go back to his business. Now we all can discuss what caused this whole mess, either between the fight within the coalition members, struggle for power, or whether the greed that Mr. Barrow tested when he tested the water to the White House, he didn't want to leave. We can have all those debates.
Yeah, but
The fact of the matter is that agreement is very important, even in our Islam. So we cannot do away with that. I just want to bring that up.
Okay.
Right now, I think solution-wise, we can just wrap it up by saying what we need to do as a nation so that our country doesn't run into chaos in December. Because these people are well equipped and well sponsored. If you guys don't know, they have lawyers and they have plans. And I went to Gambia. I just came there from Gambia in April, and I've seen on the ground the preparation and the determination of people coming out. So unless something change, it's gonna be wrong. And that to say that breaking the law, you're gonna give permit to folks who want to exercise their constitutional right. That is gonna also be another chaos because we are in New Gambia. We are not in old Gambia. Even in the United States and other free countries, people have rights to demonstrate, but at a capacity, provided that they are not interrupting public places, transportation, or so forth. But just because people come out and then speak doesn't mean they should be arrested. Like what they did with those folks who went on the street, to some of the 3 years folks. Those people are not interrupting any traffic or any public gathering. In a real democracy, you cannot arrest people just because they showed their grievances. So our country is not even in a good shape when it comes to some of these born rights people have. So if we consider ourselves democracy, as a democratic country, we have to act democratically. So my take on that is that you don't even need a permit. But our country folks don't need, our law enforcement don't even need that. But Tamidu and others, they don't even know that. International standard, that's the case. So we have to be mindful. And also when these people come and are denied permit, then it's gonna be like another thing because they would say that we denied, so we have to force it. So now who do you blame? So for the benefit of the time, I think we have to cut off, otherwise we're gonna be late. So
I just wanted to say something, but I think because you said just now we have to inform the folk to know about the law, and that is very important. That's why I was expecting, in fact, that you focus more on the law than giving them power. Public gathering is normal, you can do it without permit, but demonstrating you need permit, and that is the law. So when we support that, anybody can do what he wants. That means we throw the law away. Oh, we should not be surprised when we throw the law away. Then it's that at that moment, Gambia, a country without law. You know how it is. You experienced 1981. You know, I experienced it. Then you know that is not good. A country without law, when it happens, when you experience it, then you know that we should be happy that the country is having law, because there happen things